DJ back again. Yeah, this is a pop up live, guys. A pop up live. I'm still getting my voice back, so excuse me if I sound a little choppy, a little crazy. Um, wow, this is gonna be my end of year live stream. No time for preparation. In true strategic guys fashion, I wanted to do something special for you guys. Unfortunately, I have no time for preparation because I got notified that I'm pretty much gonna be working for the next 2 days. Literally, like, don't go home. Like, I'm going in tonight, and I'm not coming home till after the New Year's. So unfortunately, that's the nature of the job. That's one of the low points of the job is that the world's family is more important than your family. So I was like, you know what? First, I wasn't going to go live, and I was going to see you guys after the New Year's. I was like, you know what? I'm going to come on and I'm going to show some love. I'm going to talk to my people, whoever's able to join us on this live. I'm going to tell you guys thank you because this show is nothing without you. Because we've been doing this for a little while now, and our show has slowly but surely grown to the point where at the end of 2022, we're almost at 10,000 subscribers. We're one video away because this is how it usually works. Slow motion, slow motion. Then you get that video that strikes that chord on the algorithm, and then boom, boom, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 subscribers. We're so close to 10,000. We wouldn't be here without you guys. Gmail account is in the building. So happy to see you guys here. Dr. Cataclysm in the building. Lindy Lou's in the building. So I wanted to say thank you to you guys. This journey has been rough. It hasn't been easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy. It's sometimes mentally draining, some of the stories that we cover. I know I make it seem like it's effortless, like some of these things don't bother me, but it does. When we talk about people losing their lives, children, women being abused, we talk about all the things that make the Strategic Eyes show what it is. It can be mentally draining, but we come back here and we do it as a family. We get through it as a family. And I got to say, one of the biggest things that have taken away from doing this show is that it is possible to create a community of like-minded people. And when I say like-minded people, I don't mean people that all think the same. We all know on the Strategic Eyes show, none of us think the same. Not at all. But just people who are capable of having mature conversation, capable of agreeing to disagree, capable of coming from different corners of the world, of the internet, from different beliefs, different cultures, and find a safe place where we can share and exchange ideas safely, respectfully. And I will use the word because in this instant, the word actually fits progressively. Not progressively in terms of a political way, not liberalism, progressiveness, the progressively as in we're moving forward. We're learning from each other. We're growing from each other. So big shout out to the people in the room. We go into the room, say what up to you guys. I'm not going to be here too long because I have to manage my time better. I can't spend 2 hours on this live and then have no time to relax before I go in for a literal 36-hour shift. It's going to be bananas. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm so pissed off and angry. But I was complaining at the job, and people were looking at me like, "What the fuck are you complaining for? We got to do the same shit. There's nothing we can do to stop it. Let's just suck it up and get to work." That's basically the mentality and the culture of policing. And I think it's one of the horrible things of policing. But Gmail accounts in the building. Dr. Cataclysm, Lindy Lou's in the building. Says, "Hey, strategic, it's been a minute." Welcome back, Lindy Lou. It has been a minute, but it's always a pleasure to see you. Aki's in the building. Aki's the moderator for both the Discord and the live show. We appreciate Aki. Aki been with me from the beginning. Aki was the first person, one of the first people to watch the show, support the channel, and help me build out the show. And we appreciate you, Aki. And now that this year is coming to a close, just want to give a big special shout out to Aki and all those oldies and goldies, Miss Erica B, these folks who's there from day one. I appreciate you. Lindy Lou said, "I appreciate you. I appreciate you back, Lindy Lou." Black Sheepdog's another oldie and goldie, been with the show for a very long time. Has helped the show out on the back end quite a bit. Matt pretty much manages the Discord for me. Live show comes through, supports the channel. He's a busy guy. This guy's not a guy that sits home and does nothing all day and watch YouTube. It's a professional, hardworking, guy that works with his hands and does his thing and still finds the time to come through and show the strategic guys, show some love. And he's also a person of the internet, so he's got different shows that he watch, different things he's got his hands in, but he always makes time to come through and show love to the strategic guys show on both the front end and the back end. And I appreciate that, Black Sheepdog. And closing out this 2022 and going into 2023, I want to let you know I appreciate you, man. And thank you so much for everything you do for the show. It does not go unnoticed. Erica B's in the building. Once again, another oldie and goldie. Been with me for a long time. You know, I mean, Jesus Christ. We've been doing this for such a while, and it's amazing that we're closing another year out and going into another year of the Strategic Eyes show. So hey, man, I appreciate you guys. There's so many people who watch the show that never really says anything. Like they've been with me for a long time. It's hard to know who's who, and but they watch the show. And so if you're somebody who's been with me for a long time, but you don't engage in the comment section, and I don't know you too much, then I apologize, but I appreciate the support that you give. Lenny 23 is in the building. Stevie Marley, aka Stevie Marley, one of his many monikers. Stevie's a man of many names, many identities. Stevie's a great friend to the show, and definitely somebody who has supported the show sometimes when we needed it the most. He's done amazing things. He's done financial matching, where if people donate to the show, he was willing to match their contributions. A lot of his financial help has helped us secure the technology that we use in this show today. The technology is making me so proud to do this show and make this show look the way that I want it to look. And we still have a ways to go, but we couldn't be where we are right now without people like Stevie Marley. And we appreciate you, Stevie. And Stevie has contributed a lot to the show, and we appreciate that. But there are a lot of people who just contributed what they could contribute, $5, $2, and I want you to know that matters to me too. And you guys are appreciated just as much as the person who would give me $100. I appreciate equally the person who can give me $2, because for some people $100 is $2. I'm not saying this is Stevie. I'm just talking in general. For some people, $100 is $2. If you're a millionaire and you give somebody $100, it's pretty much equivalent to $1 for you. That's just how the numbers work. It's how the economics work. So if you're a person where $2 literally is $2 for you, like $2 is something that can help you buy food. $2 is something that's going to help you. You're planning your week out. And you're saying, do I have $20 to put in my gas tank so I could get to work? And you're one of those people, and you donate $5 to somebody like me. That means that I'm added to you, because that's not just $2 you threw away. That's $2 that really matters to you, and you're deciding to share that with somebody that you agree with the mission and that they're on, and so that means a lot to me, and I thank you immensely. I just don't want anybody ever to believe that, the little people, as we like to call ourselves, because I'm one of you, that we don't matter. We do. Everybody matters on the Strategic Eyes show. So we're closing out the year. Got Lucifer the Doberman's in the building. What up, Lucifer? Lucifer with a $5 super chat. Lucifer, another supporter of the channel. We appreciate you. Let me throw you up here on the big screen. It says, happy holidays, sending love from Vancouver Island. Lucifer is such a great supporter of the channel. I think Lucifer came from V Radio, I believe. Did you come from V Radio, Lucifer? How did you find the show? But however you found the show, we're happy to have you. You support the channel immensely. I was watching some tutorials on YouTube about building out the channel. And one thing YouTube spoke about is your subscriber count. They say, hey, the way YouTube works is people will subscribe to channels because they like one of your shows, and they may totally forget that they subscribe to you and never see your show again. So don't ever be dissuaded if you have a lot of subscribers, but you aren't getting the views that correlate with your subscriber count. They said that's perfectly normal. But the most important thing that YouTube said that I wanted to share with you guys that really resonated with me is, like, they said, don't make videos for what you think those folks who don't watch your show would want to see that would make them start watching it? They said, make videos for the people who watch your show. Talk to the audience that shows up every single time. That's how you build out your show. That's how you build a core following. And I'm a firm believer in being authentic to who I am. So I talk about the things that I feel that are important. But I hope you guys feel like I never lose sight when I talk to you. I hope you guys feel like when I speak to you that it's like a friend speaking to you and you can still resonate with my words. I don't ever want to get too big that I forget who I'm talking to and where I come from, because you guys are the show. Without the show, or rather without you guys, the show is nothing. We got Valvadu 22 in the building. What's up, Valvadu? Hope you coming through, showing some love. We appreciate you, miss you. Says hi, all. Been a while. Happy and merry all things. We hope you've been well. Thank you for coming through. Lucifer the Dorman says V Radio is my friend. Neil is a 1010. Absolutely, Neil is amazing. Gutter Girl's in the building. What up, Gutter Girl? Thanks for coming through. We got to end the year quick live just to say thank you and I love you to everybody, because I'll be working for like the next 2 days straight. I won't be coming home. It sucks. It is what it is. So I have vacation the first week of January. And the having New Year's off is like a primo vacation, right? And that was not available for next year's vacation picks, right? New Year was already taken by somebody that has way more time than me. So how I tried to finesse the game is I took the first vacation after New Year's. My vacation starts January 3rd. My days off is January 2nd. Second and January 1st and 2nd are my days off, right? And January 1st and 2nd is my days off. And then January 3rd is when the vacation starts. So I put in for a day off for the 31st. And I was this close to getting it. So my lieutenant was like, yo, he playing the game, but you know what? I'm gonna let this guy rock out, right? Unfortunately, my partner went sick. He made me sick, but I got over the sickness relatively quickly. He still was out sick with the flu. So now, because he was scheduled to work if he didn't go sick, I had to take his place. So I would have gotten off. But because he went sick, I now had to take his place. So they canceled my day off, which was the 31st. And now, because of the nature of the job, everything is changing. So now they just keep throwing extra shifts onto me. Whereas now, when I go into work tonight, I won't be coming home until January 1st. It's the 30th right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to be working from the 30th to the 1st. I won't come home. And then in the way that they have the shifts, I don't even know if this is even legal. That's a problem. Half of the things that these folks do to us, because we're critical staff, because we're police officers, is illegal, the way they make us work. How is it that you have me working with almost 3 days straight with only like, I think the way that the schedule looks like 4-hour break for one time, one 4-hour break. How does that work? I don't even know. I have no idea how that works. So I go in tonight. I'm supposed to work 4 p.m. to midnight. Then I got to work midnight. It doesn't even tell you until midnight till probably like 6 or 7 a.m. And then I got to start again at 11 a.m. until the ball drops at midnight. So I'm starting at 11 a.m. December 31st. I don't know when I'm going home because I'm not going home before the ball drops. So the ball drop, people got to celebrate. Maybe I get off of work at 3 or 4 a.m. So 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. 11 a.m. to 4 a.m. So let's go through that one more time. Tonight, December 30th, start the work 4 p.m. to midnight. Now it's the 31st. Now I work a midnight shift, the 31st, until 7 a.m., right? Then I get a little 4 or 5 hour break. And then I start working 11 a.m. until festivities are done, which is probably 3, 4 a.m. in the morning on January 1st. Explain to me how that makes sense. Explain to me how that makes sense. Now, somebody will say, yo, why don't you go do a different job? Would you tell a doctor go do a different job? This is what I went to school for. This is what I've been doing for like the last 16 years. Would you tell a lawyer go get a different job? This is a career. It's not McDonald's. It's not Domino's. It's a career. You go tell a plumber go get a different job. You go tell an electrician go get a different job. No, we need to just change the job. We need to change the culture. We can stop abusing people. Start giving people union rights. Stop sidestepping people's rights to be with their family. Stop making it believe like because you're a public servant, like you don't have your own goddamn life. For the next 2 freaking days, I'm gonna be working like 40 fucking hours. How the hell does that make any goddamn sense? But it is what it is. This is supposed to be a video saying I thank you, and I'm over here bitching. Gotta Go says, and stay on the schedule, strategic, which ain't easy for most. Appreciate you. Crazy Carolina Girl's in the building and is in the building. What's happening? Crazy Carolina Girl says, God bless. Happy New Year's. Seen on, Wasig. I know I say his name crazy, but his interesting name. Love your message. Please stay safe. Thank you so much, Crazy Carolina. Appreciate you for supporting. And I'm really happy I had the opportunity to go on Wasig's show. It was a really interesting show. Nice guy, nice show. It was a pleasure. Let's keep going. Lenny Lou says, nope, you are real and honest about who you are, strategic. That's why I appreciate you. No phony nonsense. Appreciate you, man. I just try and keep it real, man. That's it. Emily Reed is in the building. Says, as Strategic Guys Show, you're an honest person. That's why I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. M. Kathy's in the building. Says, you sound better, Strategic. Yeah, I'm getting there. My voice is always the last thing to come back. You guys like hate the schedule too, I know. Man, listen. Miss B says she saw me on the news. I hope not. What else we got going on here? So I got that queued up. We're gonna play it in a second. And Kathy says, looks like they got an arrest in the Idaho murder case. Idaho murder, absolutely. I got that queued up right over here. I'm gonna play it in a second before we get out of here. Let's keep going. Gutter Girl says, I tried to tell my husband to get a different job. He's an airline mechanic. It's a good job. He won't listen to me either. You know what I'm saying? That's a skill. I know you're being tongue in cheek, Gutter Girl, but like I hear that statement all the time. Like, you know, your husband is a professional. You know, he's a certified. He's got he's probably more certified than the average mechanic. He's got every freaking certification on the planet and safety certification because if he gets it wrong, the plane falls out the sky, right? And people will say, oh, go get a different job. No, this is it. This is my calling. Like I'm 1 foot out the door. I'm getting ready to retire. Like, why am I getting a different job? You know, this is about changing the culture and making it different for everybody. So let's go to this Iowa murder situation. I want to see it.
Saying that authorities knew who they were looking for and tracked him down to Pennsylvania. A SWAT team entering the location that he was staying in the middle of the night to take him into custody. He was just denied bail this morning. Cops have received nearly 20,000 tips in this case and conducted more than 300 interviews since the killings on November 13th. Somebody stabbed the 4 University of Idaho students, Madison Mogen, Kaylee Conclaves, and Zaina All
right, let's explain to you guys what's going on here. First of all, if you don't know anything about this case, these 4 students in Idaho They were out drinking. Everybody was having a good time. There's new rumors came out that there was a house party at the house. The party was a little crazy. People was using drugs, getting drunk, blah, 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 blah. Party's over. These folks go grab a late night snack. They come home. They go to sleep. Some mysterious individual stabs all four of these folks to death. Nobody hears it. Nobody witnesses it. It's just like a mystery. Guess what? You all got played. I'm going to tell you why you all got played. You all got played because the cops knew who did it. The thing is that investigations take time. It takes time. And one thing that you never want to do is you never want to tip off the person you are interested in. And one reason why you don't want to tip off the person that you was interested in is because, one, they might flee. Two, they might do the unthinkable that will rob everybody from justice. They might end themselves. That has happened. Three, they might start destroying evidence. Now, some people say, well, they already left the crime scene. The crime scene is not the only place you might find evidence. You might find evidence in their phone. You might find evidence on their clothing. Some of these folks like to take trophies. They might say, well, the cops are on to me, even though I want to keep this trophy, keep this piece of clothing I stole from the victim, jewelry from the victim, technology, whatever they may have taken from the victims. You know what? It's better I destroy this. They might want to get rid of the murder weapon. You don't want to tip off the person you're after because they're just going to do whatever they could do to make your job harder, bringing them to justice. Well, it was almost impossible, not impossible, but almost impossible, that this guy would be able to do what he did and not leave enough evidence in 2022, this day and age, with both our real science and our crack science, because we still got some crack science that we use in forensics. It's impossible for this guy to go and not leave a trail. In a time where everybody has surveillance on their homes, people have Ring cameras, it's now possible, even in remote areas at times, to trace people's movements. So it looks like they knew who they were looking for. It looks like he was in their crosshairs for a long time. They just weren't ready to move yet. Now, let me just go up here real quick because I think Gutter Girl may have corrected me, and I don't want to spread any false information. Gutter Girl says there was not a party that night at the house. Well, I can't definitively say that they did. I think I read that. So if Gutter Girl says no, I'll leave it up to you guys, the viewers, to just go and do some quick research and determine if there was or not. I initially believed there was no party, and then I was doing some research, and I could have sworn I read that there was a party or something. I may have been mistaken on whether it was on that night or a different night or whatever. But certainly everything else I said stand. You know, this guy went into their house while they were sleeping and stabbed them. There just may or may not have been a party that night. Go do your research, figure it out. Thanks, Gutter Girl, for letting me know. I may have been wrong. Let's keep going. Well, let me let this play out. Go ahead.
Kurt Nodal and Ethan Chapin in their rental home across the street from the university. Two roommates survived and have cooperated with this long investigation. Now, police haven't shared many details about that investigation, just their hunt for a white 2011 to 2013 Hyundai Elantra spotted in the area around the time of the crime. But the vacuum of information really has fueled online speculation into possible suspects. The murders rocking the small college town. Police finally processing that crime scene nearly 7 weeks later, an indication of just how grisly the scene was. That happened this morning, and now the house is being cleaned by a biohazard cleaning company to be eventually returned to the property owner. Now, at this point, as far as the suspect, still unclear what, if any, relationship the suspect had with his students. We are hearing that he was a grad student at DeSales University in Pennsylvania. We expect to learn more during a 4 p.m. news conference with police that is scheduled for later on today. Dave?
All right, so I want to go ahead and play another video because that one actually shows you what this guy looks like. I'm not too sure if we saw how he looked. Let's see here. I want to go ahead and get this piece of shit dude on Front Street. Here we go. Let's bring some law and crime in here.
We're now learning more details about the suspected murderer of 4 University of Idaho students. Reports say the suspect is 28-year-old Brian Christopher Kohlberger, who was arrested Friday morning in Scranton, Pennsylvania. According to court documents, Kohlberger is now waiting extradition and will likely be headed back to Idaho more than 1 month after the brutal slayings. For now, though, he's being held in the Monroe County Prison with a January 3rd court date on the docket. Investigators now believe Kohlberger is responsible for the November 13th stabbings of 4 students. For months, the case went unsolved, with few leads and thousands of tips. Idaho investigators announced a press conference will be held at 1 p.m. Mountain Time. Law and Crime Network will live stream that press conference and bring you the latest details as we have them. Reporting for Law and Crime Network, I'm Sierra Gillespie.
Wow. Wow. So this guy looks like fucking Dexter. Look at this guy. Doesn't he look like Dexter? Like he literally looks like he's a serial killer. Let's see what's happening in the comment section. Lindy Lou said, I can't believe that the other 2 didn't hear anything. I mean, you cut somebody's throat, they may, they'll definitely move around, but you cut them deep enough in their throat, you'll kill their vocal cords, and I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not even gonna sit here and try and rationalize it. I don't know how he was in there stabbing people up and nobody knew. I have no idea. The only thing I can think about is like collectively drugging these people, but they already did autopsies on these folks. I don't know if they did toxicologies. I don't know if those toxicologies came in, because toxicologies do take weeks to come back. And it's not for lack of trying. It's some of these chemical processes take a long time to complete in a lab. That's why it takes weeks. It's not something that it's not like you testing the pH of your pool water, couple drops and like, oh, it's purple, everything's great here. No, some of these things require time in a lab for it to ferment, if I could use those words, mature, whatever, and then you get the accurate readings that you need. So I don't know if a toxicology came back. The only thing I could think of is some type of collective drugging, but there's no evidence of that. So I really don't know. I know there were people downstairs, and I can understand why they didn't hear anything, because they're sleeping in their own apartment. Like, people made it seem like they were in the same apartment. This was a multifamily dwelling, and there were tenants downstairs, and I can understand that they didn't hear anything, but he just stabbed all these folks up in one apartment and nobody else heard. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's keep going. K. Janama says he also asked if anyone else was arrested, probably to throw them off. Maybe. Let's keep going. Strategic says, it says strategic. Black Sheepdog says, strategic, you're always wrong. You remember when you said cops were good? That's a good one. Gutter Girl says, yet the ex-boyfriend of Kaylee was drinking that night in Moscow, then got in his car, drove 5 hours on shitty roads to Boise, Idaho, and flew to Africa that morning from Boise. Something fishy in Denmark. What the fuck? I haven't really been following this like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I've been passively following it. Are you kidding me? Like, the ex-boyfriend went from Moscow to Africa? Like, what the fuck? I'm gonna have to look that up. Man went to Africa. That's crazy. Oh man. Got a girl says suspect address is PA. None of this makes sense. I don't know. I mean, maybe the ex-boyfriend hired him. I don't know. Allegedly. Okay. I don't want to get sued like that lady who reads tarot cards. She's being sued by the professor for saying that the professor killed him. I'm not interested in that life. Kazan says, I hate just to say that anytime we get a pic of a bad guy, but that truly looks the part. This guy does look like a serial killer, to be honest with you. Definitely looks like a serial killer. Wow. Gutter Girl says, my sister was murdered in Lewiston, Idaho. I'm so sorry to hear that. My apologies, and definitely my condolences to you. 30 miles away from Moscow, 31 years ago, small town cop dropped the ball all the time in these small places. Yeah, I mean, they don't have the resources, the training, and the experience for these situations. They typically don't get murders. They'll get people who die from natural causes, but they won't get murders. And then these murders happen and they don't know what to do. So, they come on and they trample the scene. And, an experienced cop will come in, see 4 people stabbed up, and he's like, all right, they're dead, back up. Everybody back out. And it's a crime scene. At least less experienced cop might try and just do CPR on the person and start moving things. Like, you look at the person, you check their vitals, they're dead. You let that be a crime scene. You don't trample on the evidence. A lot of things were done wrong in this case, but we'll see. We will see if they got their guy. We will see. Emily Rita says, a relative of my dad's was also murdered, 2 back in Lebanon, but no one found out who did it and why. I'm so sorry to hear that, Emily. It's terrible. So much death in this goddamn world. So much death. All right, let's bring it back here. We got $10 super chat from Chris Dreyer. Let's put that up on the main screen. Chris says, he sent us a cartoon. Let's see if we can see that. I got to open up another screen. Can't see it on Restream. Let's go here. He sent us a sticker. There we go. Somebody jumping up in the sky saying, yippee. We appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Well. Chris says I don't have much to say. I just felt like donating something. Thank you so much, Chris, man. I appreciate you, buddy. So let's see if we can get some more information on this before we get out of here. We got good time. We're at 30 minutes in. I don't want a super long live. I told you guys that already. On the second or the third, on the second, we'll do like a 2-3 hour live. Like, we'll just go hard. Just do a super long live, talk about all types of shit. But I do need to relax a little bit. Let me bring this up.
I just feel like there's been a couple individuals that were cleared very fast. That may not. Maybe he shouldn't have been.
It makes sense if there was some bad behavior that they did. Let's say, I don't know, they came from a strip club or something, and then somebody followed them home. That's a targeted thing. That's what comes. I've had innocent people that were interviewed that were their neighbors, and they said, I'd be a lot more scared if it wasn't targeted.
All right, so we just heard there from Kaylee Gonsalves' family, her parents and her sister there talking with our Brian Enton a few weeks ago about the latest on the investigation as this investigation has proceeded. But again, we are following breaking news this morning because we've learned there has in fact been an arrest made in connection to those murders. The suspect's name, Bryan Kohberger. This is his mugshot. It was taken early this morning because he was arrested early this morning around 3 a.m. Eastern Time in Scranton, Pennsylvania. We have learned that Kohberger is a 28-year-old PhD student in criminal justice at Washington State University. Now, Washington State University is located in Pullman, Washington, which is just miles from Moscow, Idaho. Now we want to bring in Lauren Matthias. Lauren is the host of the Hidden True Crime podcast. Lauren, thank you for giving us some of your time this morning. Talk about first your reaction to this breaking news.
Yes. Well, my husband and I, doing a very, very late night podcast, decided to sleep in and woke up to our phones both just blowing up with this arrest. It has taken already the true crime community by storm to hear that this gentleman, Bryan Kohberger, has been arrested, a 28-year-old who was...
Hold on here. I'm just curious, like, does this lady look like she have work on her lips. It looked like she has some lip fillers in there. What do you guys think? She looked like she had like a lot of plastic surgery. I'm just curious. I'm curious about things like this.
That this gentleman, Bryan Kohberger, has been arrested, a 28-year-old who was going to school actually quite near Moscow, Idaho, despite his arrest being in Pennsylvania, right? So what true crime sleuths have already uncovered and are uncovering on him is mind-blowing. Again, I'm on the Pacific coast, so I really did. It's our early morning. We are all learning about this at the same time. We're just waking up, and it's incredible. I can't even go through all the information coming through. But my first thought, just so you know, my first impression waking up to this is yes, finally. I did not want this to go cold. I did not want this to be a Delphi case where we have to wait 6 years. We are so grateful here at Hidden True Crime that there has been an arrest, and we are looking forward to learning more. And, our thoughts are with law enforcement right now.
Absolutely. And we will be learning more. We know that investigators will be giving an update this afternoon at 1 o'clock local time. They're in Moscow. That is 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. We will be carrying that live here on News Nation.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your...
I'm trying to figure out, like, because I just popped up on this, man. Like, you guys know, like, I be out of the touch with the news. That's why I tell people, if you want me to be relevant, you have to email me or on a Discord. But the Discord could be so overwhelming at times for me. A Discord is awesome, but, like, you guys understand, I'm the Strategic Eyes Show. I hate to talk like this because I'm not an egotistical person, but you guys are here for me, right? So everybody wants to reach me. So it's like so much information being thrown at me and so many different people trying to reach me at the same time. It's hard to keep up, you know? And I'm not a star. So I don't have assistants that pretend to be me. When you're rich and you're a superstar, they literally hire people and teach them to think like, you know what I'm saying, the star or whatever. So whenever you get a response, it's from me. It's not from no assistant or nothing. It's from me. So many different people. But, like, unless you guys send me this information, and I'm not saying don't send it to me because I'm about to contradict myself right now. Unless you send me the information, I cannot be up to date, man, because I don't have time to watch the news. I literally don't have the time. So I just heard about this. I would not have learned about this Delphi arrest if I did not come on to do this live. I'd have heard about it 2 days from now. And I made a video about it and it wouldn't even be relevant anymore. So now what I'm curious is, because this lady said that the true crime community has dug up all kinds of stuff about this stuff. Who is this fucking guy? I want to know the stuff that they've dug up about him. Let me see if I could find my favorite true crimer talking smack about this dude. Let's see what we got going on here. So please make sure that you send me emails with new news stories you want me to cover. Make sure that you join the Discord and that you send me stuff and you tag me at Strategic Eyes so that I know, that you sent me something. Make sure that you have subscribed to the Facebook and the Instagram and all that good stuff. All right? Please do that. Now, I need to find out more stuff about this fucking dude. This weirdo ass motherfucker. Does he have a car? Oh, let's on this. I don't want to hijack his live. The Ichtmel dude. He's got 10,000 people watching his stream right now. He's going hard. So suspect arrested, Bryan Kohberger student found dead. Does he have a Hyundai Elantra? I don't know. I don't want to go into Ichtmel's live because I'm doing a live. That's mad disrespectful. You live stream somebody else's live. Get out of here. Doesn't work that way. Let's keep going. Include. Okay. We're going to have to do this another day. I'm going to have to really get in on this.
Now, those murders shocked the country, and for 7 weeks, the mystery has gone unsolved. But today, law enforcement officials arrested this 28-year-old man in eastern Pennsylvania. That is Brian Christopher Berger. He's being held for extradition. He will likely be charged with first-degree murder. The victims, Kaylee, Madison, Zayna, and Ethan, were stabbed to death at a rental home near campus on November 13th. Autopsy showed all four were likely asleep when they were attacked. Now, the case finally broke after police asked for help finding a white sedan seen near the home at the time of the murders. Officials say that plea was made on December 7th, and by the next day, the tips came flooding in. Authorities are planning a news conference this afternoon. We will bring you the developments as they are released.
Ooh. I don't know. Let's see here. Somebody said truth and conspiracy. Oh, truth and transparency. Let's see. Truth and transparency. Truth and transparency. Okay. They don't have anything new, unfortunately. Yeah. That's not working. What time is this press conference? I guess it's like 4 p.m. or something like that. 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. I mean, listen, it is what it is. Rome wasn't built in one day. We'll figure it out. The press conference is at 4 p.m. Eastern. Maybe I'll come live stream that. Who knows? Who cares? Wow. I don't know. That's crazy. I'm happy they found this guy. I hope it's him. We don't have any evidence or anything. They haven't really told us like, yo, this is what make us think this is the dude. So hopefully everything is on the up and up, and they got this guy. But that was real tragic what this guy did. This piece of shit. XOXO Bob's in the building says strategic. He's a student studying criminal law. Sounds familiar. Man, listen. Like I said, he's Dexter. I'm telling you, he's Dexter. It's freaking Dexter. I'm going to be paying attention to this now because the guy looks like Dexter, and it's piqued my interest now. Let me get one more thing for you guys before we get the hell out of here. I'm going to find one more video for us to take a look at, see what I have on my watch later. Anything that I didn't cover, because you guys are not going to see me for like another 48 hours. I might sneak in like a video I do on my phone or something, but it's going to be a while. That's it. Let's go here. How about we end it with some police activity? You know what I've been into? Like I'm starting to get into, not been into. I'm literally starting to get into it, and like I need a hobby. Like I'm tired of the monotony of just doing the same thing every day. So I need something creative. So I've actually been introduced from just watching like YouTube, genre called Warhammer 40K. And it's like this whole like fighting game, board game, kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons type situation. But there's like this whole lore to it, whole universe to it, lots of like literature and backstory and history and all that stuff. And it's been built out for like 30 years. And one of the interesting things about Warhammer is part of playing the game is like you have to paint your own figurines and stuff like that. And because it's been around for so long, different people enjoy Warhammer differently. Some people actually play the board game. Some people play the video game. Some people just read the books. Some people just collect the figurines and paint them and just like the lore. I think that's kind of me. Like, so I've ordered a Warhammer figure from Amazon, and it's like gray. And the whole point is that you paint it yourself. Like you decorate it and you make it come alive or whatever. And I'm looking forward to do that. I think it's gonna be kind of cool. Um, Lucifer says, I am a Warhammer 40K fan. The books, the lore is fantastic. I recommend checking out the audio books. Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of hours of like guys on YouTube explaining the lore. It's deep. It's like it's crazy. But Lucifer, I'm gonna try and like I ordered like mad paint and different type of pastels and all types of brushes, and I ordered how they say it, asteroid or whatever. Like the space, I ordered a Space Marine. And I'm gonna paint the Space Marine, the asteroid or whatever, however you say it. See how it comes out, and cool. I think it'd be like a good little, like a little hobby or something. Let me see if I can bring you show you guys some Warhammer. Then I'll get out of here. I'm getting like my inner nerd on, man. Like I gotta be a tough guy all day long. Yes, Astartes. There we go. I gotta be a tough guy all day long. I'm just gonna be screw it, man. For 2023, strategic is a nerd, man. I'm gonna be a nerd. I'm not tough guy in it, man. I'm tired of being a tough guy. I'm revolting against my tough guy persona. I'm just gonna be a nerd and play with Warhammer. So like I'm gonna share my screen with you guys real quick. So like kind of like this is it. So this is actually what I bought right here. It's not even like it's expensive anyway. So that's what I bought. It's blank. You have to do it yourself. And so this is how it normally would look. You don't have to paint it that color. You could do whatever you want with it, but the whole point is making this rather look like this. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's if it works out, if it's something that I like, I'll just keep doing it. Fuck it. M. Kathy has to go. See you later, M. Kathy. Happy New Year. Thanks for being a supporter of the Strategic Eyes Show. You are appreciated. Thank you so much. Chris Rice says we don't have to agree with all of what Strategic says or does. Sergeant, the Quarterin, Rakita Law, they all do the nerd stuff. Okay. There we go. Well, I'm going to join those dudes. I'm going to be a fellow nerd. Lucifer says, if you want to do some painting on Discord together, I have many figures that need paint. How does that work? Painting on Discord together? Like would it be like video or something? That's cool. We could do that. We could have like a fucking painting party. Anybody could join in. Hell yeah. I could like set up this camera right here, like on one of those joints that go like this. And like you could just see the picture coming down. You can see me, and then I'll paint and do a shitty job. I'm really not very gifted with my hands when it comes to artistry. Like I can fix things. These hands can build and fix, but they're not really good at like paint, like artistic expression. It's not really my forte. But yeah, let's do that. That's cool. Let's talk about that, Lucifer. Let's see how that works. I think everything should come by like the first week of January. I'm not trying to wait. I'm trying to jump right in it. All right, let's keep going. Lindy Lou says, just be a nerd. It's all good. I'll do it. I'm going to be a nerd. Erica B says, strategic, listen to your classical music. Yeah, I'll throw some classical on. Hell yeah. We'll have a painting party. Or I'll just live stream the shit. I don't care. I'll just live stream me painting my Astartes. Hell yeah. You do a shitty job of it too. Fuck it. Got a girl said, I used to work with clay, which was super fun. Now I got to get rid of all my shit to play with the clay. What's wrong with that? Why are you getting rid of it for? Why don't you just keep playing with the clay? Got a girl? I think it's awesome. I don't want people to lose their artistic talents. Art is beautiful. Art is amazing. Let's keep going. Keep doing the art stuff. Black Sheeta says, your little video game on Discord. Stream your little video game on Discord. Okay, so now I guess you guys saying doing it on Discord. All right, I don't know how to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Fuck it. Chris Dry, painting is really cool though. Have a good time. It's peaceful. All right, we're all gonna do it together on Discord. That's what we're gonna do. Is settled. We're gonna do it on Discord. Live video chat on Discord. Yep, we're gonna do it. We're gonna when we get everything set up, we're gonna do a Warhammer painting, Warhammer 40K on Discord. Gutter Girl says, so your kid doesn't get to play with his figurine because you stole it. It's not funny, Gutter Girl. That's my figurine. He has his own. Well, I'm gonna get my daughter one, my oldest daughter one. I'd probably get my middle daughter one too. My youngest daughter, rather. She's not middle. She's the youngest. Because they'll probably get jealous. Maybe I'll see which one of them can paint the best one. Maybe we'll have like a family contest. We'll all just paint them together. Let's keep going. Chris Dry says, dude, use this to network with bigger channels. The Rakita Law, Sargon of Akkad, and a quarter and a half game or painting streams. Okay. We'll do that too. We'll do that too. You guys have great ideas. I love it. Lucifer says we can give each other advice on technique. Well, you're just going to be giving me advice because I don't have any technique to give you any advice on. Gutter Girl says, yeah, do it on Discord where 3 people will show up. Well, 3 of the faithful will show up, Gutter Girl. You got jokes today, okay? 3 of the faithful. That's all I need. All you need is 3 people to survive the apocalypse. Me and 3 vaginas. I'm just joking. All right, let's keep going. Emily Rita says, strategic. UMV Radio should do a collaboration with people like Rakita Law and his panel, sometime discussing whatever topics you guys want to discuss. Emily, these folks don't want to let the Strategic Eyes show on their channel. These folks are not interested in talking to me. I've reached out to all of these people. They don't want to talk to me. They're not interested. My channel's too small for them, and my views don't line up with their views. And people don't like talking to people who don't agree with the things they agree with. And especially these lawyer channels, like they're usually on some bullshit. Like if you're not a lawyer, they're not interested. It's like, okay, all right, cool. We all got our roles to play. I'm not a lawyer. I don't want to be a lawyer. But a lot of times it's the lawyers typically stick together and they're not really interested in having a cop on their show, much less a cop like Strategic Eyes. Think about it. If I'm on what is a Rakita show and I'm telling him he's wrong about Aaron Dean, tell him like you're wrong about Aaron Dean. Aaron Dean was rightfully convicted because of what he did. He had a meltdown because of the law of self-defense. Had a meltdown because of Aaron Dean's conviction. And I thought that was totally just. People don't want to have me on their show disagreeing with them. I mean, I'm always respectful with my disagreement, but they don't want to hear that shit. XOXOBA says, you could do a wine painting show. Get some wine from one of your Hudson Valley vineyards. Yeah, I could just go to ShopRite too and just get like a $5 bottle. Wouldn't that work too? Got a girl says, because I stopped playing with it and got a grandson. Okay. Teach your grandson how to play with the clay. Your excuses are not accepted. Excuses denied. All right. There's no excuse for you to stop playing with the goddamn clay. Ain't got shit to do with your grandson. It is art. It is beautiful. It's creative. Keep doing it. All right. Let's keep going. George Santos. Who is that? I think I watched a video about that, but I forgot. George Santos. Who is this? Oh yeah, this guy's a freaking liar, man. What is wrong with this guy? This guy's bananas. He literally lied his way. He's gonna get impeached. He's gonna get kicked out of the house. There's nothing to see here. This guy, whoa. I mean, like, what is this guy? If you looked at him, he looked like a caricature. He looked like it. Like, this is bananas. So anyway, George Santos was recently elected in New York. It turns out like he lied about everything, where he went to college. So, let me let the news explain it. Screw it.
Well, tonight, the anger toward Congressman-elect George Santos is growing. Dozens of his constituents held a demonstration in the congressional district today. They called on the New York Republican to resign. He's been under fire for lying about his education, work experience, and even his faith and family. CBS's Scott McFarland reports on why Santos could be in legal jeopardy.
George Santos is facing new calls to resign even before he's sworn into office, including at a protest in Mineola, New York this morning.
We were bamboozled, absolutely lied to, and we do not want this representation in New York District 3.
And there's a growing series of requests for his resignation or an ethics review of Santos from his would-be colleagues in Congress. Santos has already acknowledged fabricating claims about graduating from New York's Baruch College and working at Citigroup and Goldman Sachs, and is being questioned for declaring Jewish heritage and being the descendant of Holocaust survivors.
Yo, bro went the Jewish way, man. Damn, kid. Damn. Let's get, man. Once I heard, shit. All right, let it play out.
I'm through this. Even I've not being raised a practicing Jew, I've always joked with friends and circles, even in the campaign, I'd say, guys, I'm Jewish. Remember, I was raised Catholic.
Wait. Why would he even, let's keep going.
In
Wait, he was raised Catholic. Wait, let's go back a little bit. This is crazy.
For declaring Jewish heritage and being the descendant of Holocaust survivors.
I've gone through this. Even I've not being raised a practicing Jew, I've always joked with friends and circles, even in the campaign, I'd say, guys, I'm Jewish. Remember, I was raised Catholic.
In contradictory social media posts allegedly made by Santos, he says his mother was a victim of the 9/11 attack. But later posts, she died in 2016. CBS News.
It said his mother, XOXO Bob said his mother died twice. And I didn't hear this news channel before playing it for you guys. And then 2 seconds later, the newsman is talking about how his mother died twice. That's funny. Keep going.
Has learned federal prosecutors in New York are now looking into Santos's finances and his financial disclosures, and that local Nassau County, New York investigators are looking into Santos too.
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No.
Former House Ethics Committee staffer Donald Sherman says any false statements by Santos about his campaign finances would raise legal troubles.
There's a bigger question about whether someone else is funneling money to his campaign to facilitate his political rise.
Scott McFarland joins us now from Capitol Hill. Scott, any reaction tonight from House GOP leadership?
Nothing from House.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, none of that stuff made him win. For real, like, none of that stuff made him win. He won because people in New York were tired of the status quo. They're tired of New York Democratic politics. They were tired of bail reform. They're tired on soft on criminal policies. They're tired on the economic growth outlook. They're tired on the big spending. They're tired on the hole in the budget. They're tired on their police officers being shitted on. They were tired on all of those things. That's why he won. He could have come in and said, yo, I'm a garbage man, which is a respectable job, by the way, especially in a place like New York. If you're a garbage man, you're upper middle class. So don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying, like, he could have came and said, yo, I'm a garbage man, and it is what it is, and I don't believe in God, but lock all the criminals up and he'd have won. Guarantee you. He could have said, lock all the criminals up. I'm a garbage man. I don't believe in God. And he'd have still won. Because people were tired. But he lied. And he's Catholic, but he said he's Jewish. And his mother died on 9/11, but then she actually died 2016, December 23rd. And He said he graduated from college, from a prestigious college. He has graduated from no college. He said he had all types of crazy job experience. He has none of that experience. This guy is garbage. It's terrible. So, listen, I'm a big person on not lying to the electorate. We all know all politicians lie, and Acadia, what's up, Acadia? Acadia's in the building, says he lies like Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a liar. But I don't like when we pivot, though. I'm going to be honest with you. Because up here, Acadia was like, no one lies more than Biden, yet no one cares. I agree with you, but I always hate that. Like when we're talking about one thing that's serious, that deserves its own merit of attention, and then people say, well, what about this situation? And it's like, that situation is bad too, and we need to deal with that, but we shouldn't take away from this situation. So yes, Joe Biden is a liar. I mean, Jesus Christ, Joe Biden is a liar. In fact, the Twitter files is showing us that the government colluded to hide Joe Biden's son's crimes and possibly the crimes of Joe Biden himself, possibly. That they purposely made it seem like this whole Hunter Biden bull crap wasn't a story when it really is probably one of the most important stories of the decade. We need to deal with that. We need to not allow that to be a footnote in history. People need to be held accountable. Hunter Biden needs to be investigated. Joe Biden needs to be investigated. It is what it is. Just like they could go after Trump for Russiagate, they can go after Biden. But that has nothing to do with what this guy did. Joe Biden is wrong for being a liar like every other politician that's in that orbit. And this politician is wrong too. And the difference is, if there is a difference, and I'm not in any way trying to take away from Biden or shield him or make excuses for him. But we know who Joe Biden is. We know what school he went to. We know his qualifications. This guy lied about everything. You don't even know who you voted for. You don't even know everything that you thought made him qualified to be your politician was a lie. His lies are fundamental. Like, it's not like I believe our government is a rotting house on solid foundation. I think our Constitution is a solid foundation, and we could just bulldoze this rotten house, which is our current state of politics, and still build something beautiful on the roots of what already exists. But with this particular politician, his roots are rotten. His foundation is rotten. Everything is rotten because he lied from day one about everything. So I'm with you. Joe Biden is a liar. He is. But we should not always pivot every time something else comes up. Just because this guy's a Republican and he's getting hay as much as he deserves it, we don't have to say, well, what about Joe Biden? Let's deal with this guy. And then let's deal with Joe Biden too, because guess what? From my understanding, the Republicans own the House. The Republicans own the House. This is your opportunity to investigate Joe Biden. This is your opportunity to find out what the hell happened in that laptop. Let's go up, and then I'm getting the hell out of here. I already gave you guys an hour, and I was only going to give you 30 minutes. I ended up giving you way more than that. So Gutter Girl says, that's why I just cover both parties. Just rid ourselves of all politicians, done with them all. I agree, man. I agree. Scrappy says some of his lies are outright thefts from others. XOX about say he has a criminal record in Brazil. Wonder what he did in Brazil. That's weird. Erica says both parties suck. I agree. Emily Rita says, show another thing John Santos did that was bad was that back in 2008, Despite confessing to check fraud charges, he didn't appear in court and then denied committing a crime. Weirdo, bro. Real weird. Black Sheep said the rhinos are in charge of the house. Guess that means nothing's going to get done. And that's it. All right, I'm getting the hell out of here. You guys got the best of me. Had a good time. Would have loved to talk about a lot of substantive things, but unfortunately, gotta go. Guys, it's been a great 2022. It's been rough for all of us. I know we all had our share of our dramas, financially, socially, relationship, politically, health-wise, the whole nine. But we're here. Wherever you are, you're still breathing. As long as you're still breathing, there's an opportunity for a better tomorrow. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on my journey. God willing, I'll see you guys soon. See you guys in 48 hours. We'll do another good show. We'll talk about some things. 2022 sucked, I'm not gonna lie. It's a trashy year. So was 2021. So was 2020. And so was half of 2019. So we've been down in the gutter for a long time, guys. Let's see what God has for us and see if he'll pick us up for 2023. If not, look out for nuclear war. Look out for the Great Depression. And look out for, I don't know. We'll leave the last prediction for Pandora's box. I'll see you guys on the next one. Strategic is out of here. Peace.